DBD already has so many iconic horror characters, and Lara Croft in the game, but I think there's some that are missing that need to be added. So, without further ado, here's 10 more chapters that need to be added to Dead by Daylight.
Thanks for coming over.
I'm shouting because this fucked up infected motherfucker with guts hanging out of his mouth just spit a bunch of toxic snot at me.
Dying Light is my favorite zombie game of all time. The combination of parkour and the fun physics engine make a great game. For a survivor, the main character of the first game, Kyle Crane, is the best choice. For a female survivor, they could add Jade Aldemir from the first game as well. They could both have skins that turn into other characters such as Aiden or Rice, but they could also just change outfits as Dying Light already has a lot of customization for Kyle. For a killer, a volatile would be awesome. I think a cool feature that could come with the killer is that it turns every map to night, and maybe the flashlights in the map could become UV light to connect it to the game. For a map, I think the tower the survivors are in from the first game, or just a section of Haran, would be very cool.
We're not sick.
Jesus Christ, Frank, you just killed a kid!
The Last of Us is a great game, and the second one is pretty alright too, I guess. For survivors, Joel and Ellie have to be added, as they are iconic, and I'm honestly surprised they aren't in the game already. For a killer, I think a clicker would be a cool addition. Maybe the killer could have reduced visibility, but their hearing could be boosted a bunch, you know, because that's what they are in the game. For a map, there are many choices. Maybe a section of the safe haven Jackson, a section of Seattle, or the neighborhood from the beginning of the first game. I honestly don't know what a map would be for this. Dead Space is a great atmospheric horror game with a very cool looking protagonist. For a survivor, Isaac Clarke has to be added. For a killer, any version of a necromorph would be cool. For a map, it should be the USG Ishimura, but it shouldn't be crashed like the Nostromo and maybe actually be in space somehow. I'm not sure how that would work within the entity's realm and how exit gates would work. Maybe you could just get blasted out of an airlock to escape or something, I don't know.
Good to see you. Gordon, you lousy motherfucker. Get your dork ass down to the test chamber or else I will shove the sample up your ass.
Half-Life 1 and 2 are great games with a great story that will most likely never be continued because Valve can't count to 3. For survivors, I've chosen Gordon Freeman and Alex Vance. There's a wide variety of enemies from the games to choose from for a killer, but I think a civil protection agent or an advisor. I think an advisor would be cool because of their unique look, and they don't look like anything else that we currently have in the game. I think for a map, a section of the Black Mesa research facility would be awesome, and as a cool feature, maybe if you're playing as Freeman or whatever killer they choose, you could have the G-Man appear randomly around the map.
I fed him spaghetti.
The Walking Dead was a great show that kind of fell off the wagon. For survivors, there's a lot to choose from, but I think Rick and Michonne are good choices. Other characters could be legendary skins for them, such as Daryl, Maggie, or even Lean Clementine from the Telltale game. For a killer, I think Negan would be awesome. Hearing Jeffrey Dean Morgan walking around the fog would be a great experience. For a map, Herschel's Farm, Alexandria, or the Sanctuary would all be very good choices. Evil Within is a pretty scary game that for some reason kept crashing on my PC. For survivors, Sebastian Castellanos and Julie Kidman are the best choice. For a killer, Ruben Ruvik Victoriano is the most obvious choice, as he's like, you know, the only villain I remember. For a map, a section of Crimson City would be great. Also, if you haven't played both of Evil Withins, go play it. They're really good, and more people would need to recognize that Sebastian is a great horror game protagonist and kind of up there with, like, Leon Kennedy. Don't kill me for that take. Fear is a cool game my cousin traumatized me with in 2011 when I was 5. For a survivor, the Point Man is the only choice and is therefore my choice. For a killer, the main antagonist of the series, Alma Wade, is the best choice. For a map, a section of the city of Fairport would be a good choice because, I mean, I can't really remember any other location besides Fairport. The Doom series is great, and Doom Eternal is the best, and the new Doom game in the Middle Ages looks sick as fuck. I'm so excited. Anyway, for a survivor, the Doom guy's the only choice. He's very cool. He could have many different armor skins, so behavior can make a lot of money. For a killer, a cyber demon would be really cool. It'd be a good combination of ranged and melee killers, you know, some for everyone. For a map, the Fortress of Doom, part of the Ark Complex, or part of the Mars base would all be good options. The only problem with this chapter is that the Doom guy would probably try and fight the entity and probably defeat it, because he's just that guy. Here's a fun one. Lethal Company. For a survivor, an employee would be so awesome to play as, and maybe they could have a unique perk that makes them do their little dance. I think this chapter would work better as just a survivor due to the maps of Lethal Company being randomly generated, and the enemies just being, like, too odd. I'm not sure how you would work them into a killer in DBD.
Hi, I'm Baldy. Nice to meet you.
Wait, don't click off the vid. It's almost over, I promise. You're still here? Good. Okay, so hear me out. I mean, I made a pretty alright case for Leprechaun, didn't I? Well, this would be hilarious. Imagine doing a gen, you had to do, like, math problems, and if you got one wrong, it gave Baldi a notification. Also imagine a little 2D man gliding towards you. For a map, the school would be awesome, and maybe the little gremlins that run around the school could be in the map too, like the jump rope girl and the dude with his hand out, the hallmounder man. I've never played Baldi's Basics, I just thought this would be really funny. That's all of the chapters I could think of that'd be cool to add to DBD. Let me know in the comments what chapters and characters you want. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.